Howdy, welcome to the shGarrett Songwriting Challenge. I'm your host,
shGarrett.
As you can probably already tell, this is the first songwriting challenge that I've released on this channel, but I will be releasing one on the last day of every month of this year, and then on January 1st of 2022, I will release an album with all of the songs from the challenges. So let's jump in. All right, so this is how it's going to work. I'm going to draw challenges from this box. There will be one big challenge that's overall kind of like a genre or something along those lines. I will draw 3 small challenges. Don't worry about this one yet. And then I'll draw an extra challenge, which doesn't have as much to do with the actual recording or writing of the song. After that, I will have 3 judges assess how well I completed each challenge and just overall rate the music and the extra challenge, whatever that may be. Let's start by shuffling the challenges, and voila. One big challenge. Disco song with lots of falsetto. Very nice. Acoustic guitar parts for small challenge number 1. Key change that's not a half step, song challenge number 2. And 4 elements of the song that were determined by chance, which is the 3rd one I drew from the small challenges. One extra challenge. Create album art for the song. All right, I think I have my work cut out for me. The first element of chance that I'm going to incorporate into the disco is a 1-bar unison rhythm that's at the beginning of the song. It's going to be using these bad boys. It'll work like this. If I roll a 1, that's equal to 1 16th note value. If I roll a 2, that's an 8th note because that's 2 16th note values, and so on. I'm going to read them left to right. So if I rolled that, it would turn into that ugly thing, which I would translate into English down here. So let's begin. There we go. And that one goes there. And there's my rhythm with everything trimmed off that exceeded 1 bar. The second part of my song that's going to be totally based on chance is I'm going to determine how many choruses that I'm going to put in the song based on what I roll with this 4-sided die. 3 choruses. The next element of chance I'm incorporating in my song will be determined by a 20-sided die. It's going to tell me the number of different words that need to be in my chorus. Here we go. I need 20 different words in my chorus. My last element of chance is going to use a deck of cards to change things up, and my groovy word chart that I made. As you can see, it has the numbers and the suits, and whatever you draw off of the top is going to be the 2 together.
Groovy girl.
So here's the thing about the acoustic guitar challenge. I don't know how to play the guitar, but I've been practicing. Welcome to How to Do Things Best Ways disco beat. So we got our beat right here, but now we need to add in some open hi-hat because disco is where they found out that you can open the hi-hats, and voila, disco. Then I made the album cover on my iPad using a very disco-y picture that Mackenzie Draney gave me. And here I am writing the lyrics, making sure I used exactly 20 different words in the chorus. And then I proceeded to record several tracks on Logic Pro, including vocals, acoustic guitar, vocoder, and lots of keyboard, until it was finally finished.
Groovy girl, I can tell by the way you look at me that you like me, and your body excites me. Groovy girl, I can tell by the way you dance for me that you're funky. It's got me all shook up and I'm jumpy.
Okay, let's hear it, Kevin.
All right, so I'm going to focus a lot on the visual aspect because I think that if anything, out of everything, that's going to be more of my expertise. It was impressive, it's obviously something I can never pull off myself. I'll put 2 videos together every once in a while, but in reality, something like what you just pulled off, never in my life. All the effects that you used in the actual video itself, honestly, I thought were very fitting. That cool lava lamp effect that was going on in the background the whole time, that was cool. The filter you use, all the colors, really, I think some, like, in reality, like, I don't think there's like official colors for disco, but like they were very fitting, right? All the very, I don't want to say flamboyant, but the very bright colors that you used were very good. The album art, like the cover you did, that was very cool. And I know what's his name's, I always forget. I've only met her once.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, that's my sister. That's that album art. For anybody that doesn't know that, I didn't know she had sent him a picture to use for the album art, and he said that. And first the picture popped up, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh yeah, I think that came out really well, and just, I mean, your editing in that too was very good. Oh, can I also mention that falsetto? Interesting. I don't think I've ever really gotten that from you before. Not to that extent, at least. And that was honestly impressive. I was impressed. I was a little shocked at the beginning, but very groovy. Got me into it. So I better hear more of that coming up.
I had to do a lot of editing because I really am not very comfortable with doing that voice, and did like a ton of takes. But yeah, and it still sounds not like the Bee Gees, but
I think I would give it, and you said be very critical. Yeah, 8.3.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, first of all, yeah. Good job.
Thanks.
So I kind of got to see parts of the process as he was doing it. Like, I was at his house one time because, we're in the same little COVID bubble. I basically live with him half the time. And he's like, "Come in my room, Chuck. I I have this acoustic guitar, and he's like showing me the acoustic guitar. I was like, all right, Garrett, you do you. And so it was really cool to see it come together. Again, shocked a little bit by my sister just being on there, but it was good. It was very disco-y. I definitely heard in the headphones some of the panning stuff with the little keyboard. I liked your rhythm at the beginning of the chorus. That was good. The chorus, when you said you were gonna have 20 words in there, I wasn't sure. Like, I figured that was probably better than one word in the chorus, but but you definitely made it work, and now I'm gonna have that stuck in my head. And I think if I were to rate it, I mean, I'm sure you knew bringing me into this that I'm not a very big disco fan. But I'd give it a really strong like 7.5. Like I would definitely get in the mood sometimes and play it in my car.
All right, yeah. Thank you, Connor. Mr. Chip.
Of course, I'm always impressed with all of you in that group. Your musicality and your talent, and how you can come up with things, and just hearing you guys with your original music and everything. This is awesome. I think the whole idea of it and how you put it together was really great. As far as going along with what Kevin was talking about first, I had mentioned when you said, I came from that era.
Yeah.
And when I'm looking at the outfit, I'd like to have seen. I don't know where you'd find them. I don't have mine anymore, but some polyester pants with bell bottoms,
Yeah.
and then a tight shirt,
Yeah.
that would have helped. I think that would have helped to bring the whole disco thing in, because that was big. That the whole dress thing was big. So when the song started, I was trying to remember 1977. I was a freshman at New Mexico State, and I was thinking about the music that was playing. You mentioned the Bee Gees, and I was trying to think of all the music. And there was one tune that had like an orchestra. It was an instrumental that played all the time, and then all these other songs were exactly what you said. They had that repetitious beat. So with your musicality, I think it was hard for you to keep in that strain of just that. So you had a lot of breaks in it, the break.
Yeah.
So for me, the breaks they're really hip. But when you think about the disco era, I kept wanting to think, what other songs used those kinds of breaks in the music to change up, what was going on in the song. And I couldn't think of any, so that was kind of out. The very first thing that came on after you had that riff going, there was something you played, and it sounded like one of the songs from the 70s. I can't place it, but it had that vibe, and that really tied that really started off everything really, really neat, because it struck home. That melody, that first little melody that you had, it reminded me of a song that we would have heard in the 70s. That was cool. And then so I'm thinking your musicianship doesn't allow you to really play it as I want to say as simple as the music was in that era. It was very danceable. It was very danceable. And then tempo, for me, thinking of how they danced and how they did their thing, I thought the song was slower than what a regular dance tempo would be, but it was close, I just thought it was a little bit behind as far as tempo, so for it to be danceable, because that was a big dance time. People were doing that disco dance, and again, John Travolta and his dancing stuff it was big. So, but all in all, man, that's really cool. So the falsetto thing fell in one of those categories then, huh? Or you picked that out yourself?
Well, that was part of the main category. It said disco with lots of falsetto. So it's like Bee Gees style or something.
There you go. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm impressed with it. and I'm always the one that scores higher, you know. But I give it a strong 9. I really enjoyed it. You know, I like I say, musically it was really cool. It was probably too musical. Not, I don't want to say that, but you know, like just that whole breaks and everything. And then the outfit, man, you gotta polyester pant and what do they call them? Hip huggers. You know, that was yeah, that was the thing, you know, hip huggers. And but it was cool. It was very, very cool. And just the fact that you guys can do these things, you know, not only musically but technology, you know, the technology you use and all that was really cool. You said about the colors, there was a lot of the colors were very bright, you know, the shirts and, you know, all that. It was the colors were about right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Flamboyant colors.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Thank you guys again.
Thank you. That was really fun. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Good to see you too.
We'll see you later, man.
In conclusion, the judges scored Groovy Girl an 8.3 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching, and please hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Bye!